there is no, for people who don't know, there is no such thing as a congressional prosecution for obstruction of justice.
Right.
The Congress has one option if they want to exercise it, which is to put forth a bill of impeachment. And we know that a bunch of, well, we already know there's more than one probably already filed. So
yes.
What's going to happen with that? Put your
Al Green.
Since we've been together.
Not the singer, but the congressman. No, not the good one.
Right.
Has already filed impeachment charges. Others are lining up at the front door to get
when
their.
AOC learns how to spell impeachment, she's going to.
Now, Scott, behave yourself. Impeachment is something that's going to be decided, because it is a political process, is going to be decided on a strictly political basis. And that is if the polls indicate that that's something that people want. I get the sense they're not going to go all the way to impeachment. I get the sense that they're going to take this issue and run with it rhetorically. They're going to go to the compliant media and start barking and screaming about these top 10 reasons that he might have obstructed justice.
Issue a lot of subpoenas.
Issue subpoenas, do investigations, call embarrassing witnesses for the president. I think they'll do.
And the most important thing, Tim, issue fundraising appeals to get him out of there for the next president.
Even more so now that we know he obstructed the American system of justice. They don't even need that, Scott, but they'll use it. I suspect they'll do that because I think they understand, Pelosi understands, certainly. The question is whether she can contain her left-wing fanatics like AOC. She understands that an impeachment proceeding is a riverboat gamble politically to do that in a country that is already well beyond fatigue at investigations, one after another. They elected them to do a job. And by the way, there's bipartisan issues they can work on, like infrastructure, for example, that they could actually be productive. Prescription drug prices. These are two issues that they agree on, but they'll never work together because the Democrats are. And I think the reason beyond that,
gave me a lot of hope. That's a really good outcome for me. Is nobody working together in the Congress to get anything done.
Well, I think you're going to get your wish, because they'll be single-minded, and here's ultimately why, Scott, because the Democrats realize that on the playing field of issues, they cannot win this upcoming election. They cannot win based on the economy, based on employment, jobs, consumer, business, confidence. They cannot win on issues. So the only
Mayor Pete's going to disagree with you on that. We'll get to him in a minute.
But I'm just going to say their only hope is to keep throwing enough dirt against the wall against Trump, hoping some of it will stick so they can go after him just based on his vile personality, because they cannot beat him, Scott, on his record.
Okay, so closing question, prediction. Do they bring a bill of impeachment to a vote on the floor of the House?
I would say no.
I think they will. I think they'll find it irresistible. I think that's. I hope you're right, by the way, and I don't mean it in that way that people are like, "Oh, I hope you're right."
Well,
but
I don't mean
don't.
and I don't mean that they don't want to, and that they aren't chomping at the bit to do it. But they want the White House.
What you're meaning is that politically they will add it up and do the math and believe that it's not beneficial to them.
I agree.
And I hope you're right. I tend to think that won't be their calculus. They're just like the Harry Reid nuclear option on Supreme Court justices. I think they'll just see that red meat flash in front of them, and they've got all these crazies like AOC whispering in their ear. There's nobody I don't see anybody's whispering in AOC's ear.
No. Nobody's stopping her, Scott. There's nobody. Nobody. Not one Democrat that's willing to stand up and say, this is insane.
There's nothing scarier.
The Green New Deal is insane. Government-controlled health care is insane.
Yes. There's nothing scarier than these very young people who have not had much life under them, who think that they're going to be able to remake the world. It's like, honestly, I mean, I know I'm not suggesting she's the same thing, but it's sort of like I feel like the Khmer Rouge or like something like that. Well, you're just going to have to change or what,
or be eliminated.
Or your child army is going to eliminate.